Good evening, everyone. It's with great honor that I sit before you today to recognize an individual whose dedication and service have profoundly impacted our community, Mr. Robert F. Mital. Bob is not only a seasoned professional engineer and surveyor with over 40 years of experience, but also a steadfast leader in our local government. As president of RF Mital and Associates, now the Mital division of KU Resources, he's provided invaluable engineering and consulting services to both public and private sectors, enhancing the infrastructure and development of our region. Beyond his professional accomplishments, Bob has been a pillar of civic engagement in Murraysville. Serving as chair of the Murraysville Planning Commission, he has guided numerous projects with a focus on safety, sustainability, and community well-being. His leadership was evident most recently during the review of the Summerhill Phase 2 development, where he continues to ensure that residents' concerns are heard and addressed, emphasizing the importance of safety and compliance in all planning decisions. Bob's commitment to our community extends to his role in providing engineering and plan review services for the municipality, ensuring that all developments meet the highest standards. Bob, your unwavering dedication, professional expertise, and heartfelt commitment to Murraysville exemplify the true spirit of volunteerism. Your efforts have not only shaped our physical landscape, but have also strengthened the fabric of the community. Please join me in expressing our deepest gratitude and congratulations to Robert F. Mital, our Volunteer of the Year. Thank you, Bob, for your outstanding service and for making Murraysville a better place for all of us.
Thank you, Mr. McCann. I appreciate that. They're very kind words, and appreciate the honor this evening. You know, you move to a community, and you look around and you see things and say, well, I know a little bit about that. I could help out there, or I'm interested in that. People volunteer for the fire department or a board commission or athletic association and volunteer at the church or whatever. And certainly nobody does it for fame or glory. Sure as heck don't do it for the money, right? So,
we're working on that.
You're working. I've always teased Carl about getting a raise for the planning commission members. He hasn't come through yet. But anyway, I think that spirit of volunteerism makes us a better community and a stronger community, and brings us all closer together where we can discuss our differences and whatnot. So I thank you again and appreciate your thoughtfulness.
Would you come forward for a little presentation? You'll waddle up here, or I'll work towards you. How's that?
All right.
This is the Volunteer of the Year presented to Bob Mital. For decades of service to the municipality of Murraysville, your unwavering dedication is to be commended. The municipality and its residents thank you for your service to the community. 2025.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Let's turn around because Georgia wants a picture.
Hey, Bob, yep.
I'm trying to avoid putting a screen in the back.
Okay.
Right there will be fine. Okay. There you go. Now it's one looking at me. And then I want you to be presenting it to him.
Okay.
Go ahead and look at him. One more.
Okay. Get it?
So, and it's also partly your fault and partly that other guy in the blue shirt's fault that I'm standing here tonight, because about 20 years ago, you two recruited me for the planning commission.
That's right.
Or I'd be home drinking beer and relaxing. Thank you.
Thank you, Creech.
I'll leave this up here for you.
Well, here, just give it.
I'll give you the stand too.
I would like to say one other thing too. That, you know, being a volunteer and in charge of some of this stuff is kind of easy when you have good professional staffs behind you that are here day to day to make sure that things run in a consistent manner and they keep us abreast of problems. Municipality's got some good people working for them, and so does the sewage authority. So, thank them as well.
Mr. Michael, how long have you been on the Murrysville Planning Commission?
I don't know.
40-some years, is that right?
I can tell you the answer to that. It's 25, was one way or the other. Because I was on 20 and he was on here before I came on. He's been here a couple of years after I was on here.
Mr. Nestico thought it was 44 years.
Wow.
Jim Morrison.
Okay, yeah, it went back in the minutes. They don't even go back that far.
What minutes?
Time flies when you're having fun.
Gotta look in the hours.
Seen about
What was that thing you run, the environmental?
Oh, the EAC, yeah. Thank you again. I know you have a long agenda and things to do tonight, and I'll take all of these people out of your hair. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Thanks.
Sorry, everybody's coming.
Bye, Bill.
Sir, see you shortly.
Yeah, Mr. Yant.
I didn't drive. That's all right.
See ya.
Everybody's here for the agenda.
That could be a good thing. Maybe we'll break another record.
And then there were 3.
Oh, thank you.
All right. I'll call this meeting to order for the council June 17th, 2025 regular meeting. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And call to order. Can I get a roll call vote, please?
Mrs. Lane,
Present.
Mr. Dice, Mr. Lemak,
Here.
Mr. Olszewski, Mr. McKenna,
Here.
Mr. Stepanovich,
Here.
Mr. Diakopoulos,
Here.
Mayor Sinan.
Here.
Any announcement of unlisted amendments, Mr. Nestico?
The only item, I think the mayor will have a proclamation that's not listed on the agenda, and I'll leave it up to the mayor as to when he would like to do that,
Okay.
but no other amendments to the actual agenda items this evening.
All right. That moves us to consent calendar items. Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve consent calendar items A through C.
Second. All right, thank you, Jamie and Jason. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that passes. Move to comments by the mayor.
Thanks, Mr. McKenna. I'll start off with a very short one-pager on the flood response. I could have written 10 pages. We'll start with the Swiftwater rescue teams who actually rescued the people from their homes and businesses there along Old 22. We had Murrysville Medic 1, North Huntington EMS, Greensburg VFD, Westmoreland Team 175, Lower Kiski Water Rescue, Armstrong County Team 300. These teams were tasked with rescuing the folks from the flood zone. White Valley responded to 33 incidents between the flood started and 3 a.m. They were assisted by who was the next available department, Slickville, Sutersville, and Carbon. You can tell that the county was pretty thin. Murrysville VFD was busy the whole time in the Pleasant PV area. And of course, our Public Works and Police Department had their hands totally full. We had to call out extra police. Billy called out the entire road department with all the flooded and closed roadways. And also many of the roads had their berms washed out onto the roads. Overall, I would like to thank all involved for the tremendous response. Our emergency management coordinator also handled the situation really well with some support from the county. I did tour much of the area that evening, Within a few days, I visited most of the businesses. There is a planned meeting with the state to see what kind of options we have going forward to possibly stop this from occurring again. That's the end of that report. I also have a proclamation to read tonight. It's titled Penn Franklin News, June 17, 2025, proclamation number 228-25, recognizing the Penn Franklin News for its dedicated service to the Murraysville community. Whereas the Penn Franklin News has faithfully served the residents of Murraysville and surrounding communities since its founding on February 6, 1947, by Charles K. Cooper in his home in Level Green, Pennsylvania, for over 75 years. Whereas Mr. Cooper, nearly a one-man operation in those days, selling advertisements on Monday, gathering news on Tuesday, assembling the paper on Wednesday, and printing it on Thursday, with the help of his wife, Maxine Smith Cooper, and other family members who folded and addressed the papers by hand. Whereas through its reporting, the Penn Franklin has upheld the essential role of a free and independent press in a democratic society, serving as a reliable source of accurate, timely, and relevant information to the citizens. And whereas the Penn Franklin has chronicled the growth, challenges, and milestones of Murraysville, preserving the stories of our people, schools, government, and civic life with professionalism and integrity. Whereas Charles K. Cooper stated in his very first editorial that a good newspaper is the backbone of a community, the philosophy that continues to guide the newspaper's operations more than 7 decades later. Whereas the Penn Franklin remained a family operation through recent years, led by Georgia Cooper Boring as managing editor and Charlene Cooper Word as advertising manager, son-in-law Wade Boring as production manager, and grandsons Charles Graham Boring, assistant editor, and David Kenneth Boring, circulation manager. All 5 of Mr. Cooper's grandchildren have contributed to the paper over the years. And whereas the staff and contributors of the Penn Franklin have shown a deep commitment to the community, supporting local events, highlighting local businesses, and giving voice to the concerns and achievements of Murraysville residents. And whereas the Penn Franklin will officially cease operations at the end of June 2025, marking the end of an era of local journalism and leaving a lasting legacy of public service and community engagement. Now, therefore, I, Regis J. Synan, Mayor of the Municipality of Murraysville, on behalf of the Murraysville Council and the citizens we serve, do hereby express our deepest appreciation and gratitude to the Penn Franklin News for its many years of devoted service since 1947. Be it further proclaimed that June 30th, 2025 will be recognized in the municipality as Murraysville as Penn Franklin News Day in honor of the newspaper's lasting contributions to civic life, public trust, and history of our region. In witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of municipality of Murraysville to be affixed this 17th day of June, the year of our Lord, 2025. Thanks, Georgia.
Thanks. Okay. Thank you so much, Georgia. You've done a ton for this community. It's fantastic. All of you. I know even just personally, my daughter had the opportunity to have a column in the paper, and I mean, it was just fantastic to work and see that. So thank you, thank you.
I have a few regular announcements. First of all, we have the glass recycling pop-up event coming on Saturday, June 28, 2025 at Veterans Field, parking lot 4200 Sardis Road, Murraysville, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Residents are also encouraged to support the Loaves and Fishes Emergency Food Pantry by donating non-perishable food items. Food pantry volunteers will be at the pavilion accepting drive-through donations during the same hours. This is sponsored by Republic Services and the municipality. Next is Tuesday at Townsend. Save the date, free live performances in the park, 6:30 to 8 at Townsend Park. We got coming up yet, we got June 24th, and the next one after that's July 8th. June 24th is Detention Super Dogs and Yellow Bridge Brewing Company. Next, it's the Farmers Market, as we all know, on Thursdays, 3 to 7 p.m. It's going to be from June 5th to September 25th down at the Fireman's Pavilion, down there in front of the EMS and Fire. live music, weekly food trucks, local vendors, and more. Next up, we have the American Red Cross Blood Drive on Wednesday, July 16th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Murraysville Community Center. And lastly, the splash pad at MCP is now open daily from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And that concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Comments by the Chief Administrator.
Yes, just a couple comments. To follow up on the mayor's report regarding the storm damage, just a brief financial update. It's been estimated that we've done $45,000 worth of, suffered $45,000 worth of damage thus far. And the Public Works Department estimates that when it's all said and done, after the next couple weeks of continued cleanup and efforts, will be probably in the range of around $75,000 for the total estimate of the storm damage and cleanup and repair. So just a little bit of an update there as to the cost to the municipality when an event like that takes place. And then just one other update, the work on the overlay project for the Upper Sardis portion of the municipality, as well as the areas that were paved last year, one of those being Lions Run. They're all going to be, that work's going to start this Thursday or this Friday, weather dependent. So that is the overlay project for this current year, but also the repair from last year's project. If council would recall, we did get some complaints about after they did the overlay, it might have been a little bit too cold of weather, and so some of it didn't stick, and we had some issues with some tar and chip that didn't adhere to the roadways as well as it should have. So Russell Standard is going to come back out and do that work as part of the warranty for that project from last year. So all of that work should be kicking off here at the end of the week. So that is all for the Chief Administrator's report for this meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Nestico, and thank you, Bill, and your Public Works crew. I mean, I know Bill couldn't wait for spring and summer to get here, and now he's after the winter. But you guys just did a fantastic job with the cleanup. It was been a tough couple months of weather, so thank you. Yep, thank you guys for us. We're going to move to community input. Mr. Mayor, can you grab that? I don't think we have any, but
11 people on here.
whoa. Let's all be hiding. All right.
Invisible.
No community input tonight, and that moves us on to liaison comments and committee reports. We'll go down to the end. Eli?
Nothing for the pension committee.
Nothing for pension. All right, thanks.
This month's meeting was canceled. Next month's planning commission meeting is July 8th.
All right. I'll go for Parks and Recreation. There was a meeting tonight at Leftwich Pavilion at MCP. Going to look at the natural playground, but still working with the scouts and stuff there. So I'll give an update once I get an update on what happened in the meeting tonight. Next meeting's second Tuesday of July.
Medic One meets this Thursday, and the Parks and Recreation Foundation, the next date hasn't been decided yet.
Okay, thank you.
I'm in the same boat. Library meets Thursday.
All right. Thank you much. That's it for liaison committee reports. Move on to workshop items. Nothing under administration, nothing under engineering, nothing under community development, nothing under public works. That moves us to our council action items. So that is 13A. Can I get a motion for 13A?
Motion to approve ordinance number 1103-25, the amended 2025 salary ordinance.
Second the motion.
Thank you, Jamie and Carl. Mr. Nestico?
Yes, this is approval of the ordinance that was advertised at the last prior council meeting. This is to add the position of Assistant Finance Director and also Lieutenant into the salary ordinance. Are there any other further follow-up questions based on that? I'm happy to answer.
Any questions from council on that? None? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? None? All right, none. That passes. Moves us to 13B. Can I get a motion from 13B?
like to make a
motion to
Go ahead, Eli.
approve the job description for the position of Assistant Finance Director.
All right, thanks, Eli and Jason.
Second to motion.
Mr. Nestica?
Sure. Sorry, and I apologize, I'm trying to get the screen working over here. So this item, again, discussed last meeting, but simply put, this is the job description that must be approved by council for the position of Assistant Finance Director. Council will recall, we did previously have this position within the municipality. It was a grade 6 classification in our salary ordinance. However, at the beginning of 2025, we removed this position from the salary ordinance because we did not anticipate filling it. However, through the recruitment process for the fiscal assistant, we found a very qualified applicant, candidate that we feel fits the criteria for this position. So staff is asking council to bring that position back as we did through the salary ordinance. And this would be the job description updated to fit the individual and their qualifications who's coming in. So this is a little bit of a revised job description. It takes out some of the succession planning that was previously listed in the job description during the last time we had an assistant finance director, and it kind of rounds out the finance office, providing a nice bridge between the fiscal assistant position and the finance director. So I'm asking council, staff is asking council to approve this job description, and the individual that will be hired to this position will be starting on Monday. So we're pretty excited about that.
Great job, Mike, for you and your staff bringing us all back, and I know the finance department is very grateful for it. So any questions from council on that? No. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Can I get a motion for 13C, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve renewal of the cyber insurance policy with Travelers Insurance in the amount of $5,618 for the fiscal year August 2025 to July 2026.
Second.
Jason and Jamie, thank you. Mr. Nestico?
Sure, this is rather straightforward. This is for our cyber insurance policy. The general fund budget allocated $6,500. It comes in a little bit under budget at $58.58. It's slightly less than the current premium for this year. So not much else to report. It's a one-year policy. It goes from August 1 to July 31 of 26.
All right, thank you. And the motion was read at 5618. Is that not the right number?
I apologize. It is 5618. I have a typo down below, so I apologize.
Okay, so the motion was correct. Okay, any questions from council on this? No. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that motion passes. 14, community development, nothing under that. We'll move to engineering. 15A, can I get a motion?
Motion to authorize advertisement for DPW 525, the crack ceiling project.
Second to motion.
All right, thank you, Carl and Jason. Mr. Nestico?
Yes, just briefly, this is the 2025 crack seal project. This is to advertise for bids. This augments the work, the maintenance work that the Public Works Department does. The road scheduled for this year is Old William Penn Highway between Export and Delmont. The budget amount in the CIP is $30,000. So this is just the advertisement, and we'll see how bids come back in.
All right. Any questions from council? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, motion passes. Move to 15B, please.
Motion to authorize the advertisement for the 2025 Guide Rail Replacement Project DPW 625.
Second.
Thank you, Jamie and Eli. Mike?
Yeah, on this item, the 2025 CIP has a budget amount of $66,000 for the guide rail project. And the road scheduled for this year is Meadowbrook Road. So there are some rusted and brittle areas that have some safety concerns. So Bill's crew will put that out to bid to have that repaired, and they'll be looking around for other areas in the community for future projects. So That's it for this item.
All right. Any questions from council on that? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that motion passes. Moves us to 16A, Public Works and Parks. Can I get a motion?
A motion to approve bids for the sale of used surplus municipal equipment.
Second.
We'll go Eli and Jamie. Mike or Bill?
Good evening, council. We did sell some surplus equipment, things that we had laying around forever, most of it. One of the dump trucks did yield $37,100. It was by the way, it was a grand total of $72,541. So I thought we did well. Everything was in line with what it should be across the board, so that I recommend that we would ask you to award it.
All right. That almost pays for the flood damage, huh?
There you go.
Close to it.
Yeah. Any questions from council on that for Mike or Bill? Nope. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, that motion passes. That moves us to 16B. Can I get a motion?
Motion to approve the contract with Kellner Fireworks Incorporated to purchase and exhibit fireworks for the 2025 Murraysville Concert in the Park event on August 9th, 2025.
Second motion.
Thank you, Jamie and Jason. Mr. Nestico?
Yes, this is the 8th annual event taking place on August 9th. If you recall, the 2023 concert in the park was canceled due to weather, which allowed us to carry over the firework purchase from that year into last year. So last year, we didn't really have a true cost of the fireworks in '24 because the price was preserved from '23. As we move forward to this year, I should say, the 2023 costs were $11,200. As we move forward, we now have a shooter's fee baked into the cost of the firework contract because we lost our volunteer, Bill Yant. Their team is unfortunately no longer able to help us to do the shooting for the event. So Kellner's would be providing the fireworks and the shooter's fee, and as such, the cost has increased to this year's cost of $12,500. So only a $1,300 increase from the 2023 price, and that does include a shooter's fee. So it's not terribly unreasonable as far as the increase, but it is compared to a price from 2 years ago. So that's the update on that item, and staff is asking council to approve the contract in the amount of $12,500.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Council, any questions on that? Seems pretty fair. All right. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. That motion passes. Any old business?
Yes, sir.
Any new business?
I just wanted to say, when the flood happened, that one thing that did not get mentioned here is that was graduation night for Franklin Regional. And it was really phenomenal the way that the rescue teams were able to get those kids over for graduation.
They're coming over on boats.
And not just the kids, but families as well, and that nobody, was injured.
That was fast and furious for sure when that came in. So
yeah.
Everyone really rallied together as a community. It was great to see. Thank you. Any other comments for that? No executive session tonight, no action items, just one more motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second the motion.
Jamie and Carl, thank you. And all in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, this meeting is adjourned.